round of the Valvoline Motorsport Ireland National Forestry Championship brings us here to Ballyvorney in Cork for the Moonraker Forest Rally. This event is a highlight on the rally calendar for so many, as it has it all. A huge history, fierce competition, challenging stages, and above all else, a warm welcome from the Munster Car Club and the Abbey Hotel.
Yes, Olive, once again the Abbey Hotel in Ballyvorney is rally headquarters for the very popular Moonraker Forest Rally, which boasts stages that are out of this world. Championship leader Andrew Purcell was unlucky not to make it 2 wins from 2 after his late puncture at the last round in Limerick, but the Tipperary driver is happy with his pace after being out of rallying for some time.
You know you have the pace, though. That's got to give you confidence.
Yeah, we've definitely got the pace, but I think we need to tidy it up a small bit and try and be that little bit more consistent. But look, we've done 2 rallies in 3 years, so I think a bit more mileage, the consistency will come with it.
Barry, just 1 point is separating yourself and Andrew Purcell on the championship leaderboard. A great result for you so far.
Yeah, it's been going good. I've been very surprised with the pace this year. The last round really showed that we had a bit of pace, so try and keep it up now this time.
Josh, you're our top seed today, holding 5th in the championship. Huge competition here today.
Yeah, it's looking like a good lineup there today, so it's definitely not going to be easy for us, but as you said there, we're 5th in the championship, so we really need another win today.
So that's our top seed in the 4-wheel drive division, but leading the 2-wheel drive contingent is the Escort Mark II of defending champion David Crossan.
We had a very good run in Limerick now. I really enjoyed it, but this is my favourite rally of the year, so I'm really looking forward to it today. So hopefully I get a good run.
So as the crews leave rally headquarters at the Abbey Hotel, let's take a look at the stages now. The stages were the same as last year, but run in a different order, with the Glendav and Knocknabro tests kicking off the event. Both of these were run twice before the crews tackled the Curragh and the Derry Gnawling test, again both run twice. Fourth quickest on the opener, but just 2 seconds off the lead, Marty McCormick set a blistering time on stage 2 and was quickest by almost 30 seconds in his Skoda Fabia R5. The former BRC junior champion eased off a little on the repeat loop, and by the end of stage 4, his overall lead was 23.9 seconds.
Keep for 2 right, open stone cut. Repeat, 2 right, open stone cut. 60 over crest, flat 1 left. 40, fast 3 left. Long over dip, don't cut, 130 through the bridge. Repeat, 130 through the bridge.
I haven't driven the car on gravel since the Pirelli last year, so it's just about a year ago now. So it's all new. We didn't do any testing or nothing, we just came down, but we're keeping our noses clean, and I think that made a big difference. Okay, the other guys are having problems there, but nice, good, clean run, and yeah, everything feels pretty good.
Surprised to be holding second place was Barry McKenna. The New York-based Monaghan man spun his Fiesta R5 on stage 2 and was having some mechanical issues to boot.
Down to a 6 right, don't cut 40 and 4 left plus push out. 6 right, don't cut 40. 4 left plus push out of it. 300. 1 push out of it, push out of it, push out of it. 300. Down to a 5 left in. 200. This is a 5 left here in.
Quickest on the opener, Josh Moffat had bad luck on stage 2. A drive shaft broke on his Fiesta R5, causing a spin and costing valuable seconds. Worse still was that he was left with rear-wheel drive only for a good portion of the stage and slipped way down the standing to 34th overall. With the car repaired at service, he was soon setting the pace again and made a remarkable comeback on the repeat run to climb back to 3rd overall after stage 4.
3, 2, 1, go. 100, 2 left, 20, 3 left.
It wasn't the best of mornings either for Andrew Purcell. The current championship leader was forced into a disappointing retirement just after 2 stages with differential trouble in his Fiesta.
40, flat 3 left, don't cut logs, okay. 100, crest, 100, turn long square left through the pole. Crest, 120, the 75 right, don't go wide. The 75, don't go wide. And tidy 3 left, tightens the fast 5 left.
Despite an off-road excursion on stage 2, Conor McCluskey had been 3rd overall in his Fiesta R5 Plus. But when he suffered a puncture early on the long 4th stage, he lost minutes changing the wheel and would eventually retire. In yet another variant of the Ford Fiesta, Stephen McCann held 4th place in his Super 2000 model. The Cavan driver was struggling to keep pace with the frontrunners, although he may have had other things on his mind.
Stephen, I believe you're a baby on the way tomorrow, and I cannot believe that you're down here rallying. That's commitment.
Yeah, look, I squared it with the girlfriend there a long time ago, so she knows how important this is to us too. But sure, look, it mightn't come for another week, but so just thank Niamh for letting me come.
Local man Ger Lucy was just 3.5 seconds off McCann in his Mitsubishi Evo 8. A problem on the opening test left Ashley Dixon languishing in 27th overall, but the Tyrone driver was soon climbing through the ranks and held 6th after stage 4. Niall McCullough was a further 9 seconds behind in 7th and leading the Group N category, but mechanical trouble in his Mitsubishi eventually forced retirement. Owen Rogers took over the Group N lead on stage 3 and held 8th overall at the halfway point. Nine seconds further back in 9th overall was the Group A Mitsubishi Evo 6 of Donald Sweeney, who admitted that he was having too many moments on the very fast stages. Former Group N tarmac champion David Guest was trying his hand at gravel rallying and led the class after 2 stages and held 7th overall. But the local driver slipped to 3rd in class and 10th overall after the repeat loop. Cahan McCourt had been 8th after stage 1, but he was forced into early retirement as his mixed fortune with the new Citroën continued. David Crossan was on the pace from the off, led the 2-wheel drive section and was 10th overall after the opening test. But a puncture on stage 2 saw him slip to 36th place. The County Down driver gained 10 places after the next stage, but more mechanical trouble on the repeat run of Knocknabro forced retirement. After almost a year of developing his Starlet suspension settings, Shane McGurr felt that he was finally back on the pace, and after 4 stages he led the 2-wheel drive battle and held 11th overall. 8.6 seconds further back was the more powerful 2.5 litre Escort of Mickey Conlon, who was hoping that he would have an advantage over the 2 litre Starlet on the uphill afternoon stages. John Gordon admitted that he had a sluggish opening loop in his Mark II Escort, but the County Down driver had closed to within 10 seconds of Conlon in the battle for the 2-wheel drive honours. Just 2 seconds off John Gordon was the Vauxhall Nova of Derek Mackrell. The 2017 Night Navigation champion was leading the junior class by almost 17 seconds after stage 4.
3 right in, 3 right, and 3 left, over pumps, into 4 right, and caution crest, and 3 left in, slippy, 150, 3 left.
Derek, you've been on some pace all morning and you're still holding the lead in the juniors.
Yeah, it's been a good pace now. We didn't expect to be leading the juniors at all, but a good run on the first 2 stages, the race driving stages, so a good run over them and a couple of hairy moments, mind you, but we got away with it, so did, and we're landing here now with lead, so happy enough.
Second in class was the Peugeot 208 R2 of Marty Gallagher. He had a relatively trouble-free run apart from an altercation with a chicane bale on the second run through the morning stages. John O'Sullivan had been second in class after 2 stages, but he lost concentration passing an accident on stage 4 and slipped back to 3rd in his Fiesta R2. Although using the event as a shakedown for the opening round of the British Rally Championship, William Creighton loves the Moonraker Rally and was 4th quickest junior in his Peugeot 208. In the Junior 1000 class for 15 to 19-year-olds, Rory Byrne was showing consistent improvement in the 1000cc Peugeot 107. On just his second outing, he climbed from 3rd after stage 1 to take the lead by the halfway stage. The man to beat in class since its inception last year has been defending champion Jason Murphy. The Mayo driver won the opening 2 rounds this year and was leading again until Byrne overtook him on stage 4. Aoife Gahan was 1 place back in 3rd as she continued to impress in her Chevrolet Spark. The J1000 class was proving an attractive entry level for aspiring rally drivers, and Peter Beaton once again made the trip from Scotland and was leading the division after stage 1. Sadly, mechanical trouble in the Peugeot dropped him out of contention, but he's definitely one to watch as the season progresses. So back at the top of the leaderboard, it's Marty McCormick who leads by 23.9 seconds from Barry McKenna, with a resurgent Josh Moffat a further 44.8 seconds back in 3rd, while Stephen McCann and Ger Lucy make up the top 5.
The Moonraker Rally never fails to deliver an action-packed and exciting event, and as the top drivers move up and down the leaderboard as the stages roll on, this year again it's proving to be just that. Join us for more after the break.
Welcome back to Ballyvorney, County Cork for part 2 of the Abbey Hotel Moonraker Forest Rally. The normally tranquil village has resounded with the roar of rally engines at this time of year for the last few seasons and is a source of great pride to the Creedon family who sponsor the event, and also to Clerk of the Course Ger Seaman, who leads a hard-working team at the Munster Car Club.
Mihal, the Abbey Hotel, it's home to HQ here for the weekend.
That's it, yeah. The sun is shining this morning, so that's a good start. And yeah, we're the main sponsors for the event, so hopefully we have a very big field. I told there's a big entry and a quality entry, so that's great for the day. So hopefully we'll have a good day and the rain will stay away.
And Kieran, you're a local man here, local road, surely that's an advantage to you.
Yeah, I suppose just go out now and have a go off them, but huge entry and everything, so I'd say it'll be a great crack, great day, hopefully to stay dry and happy out.
Ger, it's your second year to COC here, a great event, a lot of work has gone into it.
Yeah, it's just testament to the team here at the Munster Car Club. They've been working tirelessly over the last number of months, and the people of Ballyvorney, the Creedon family here in the hotel have been financially coming in to our support the last 5 years, and it's just testament to the entry is fantastic here this morning.
Back out on the stages, the crews were getting ready to tackle their first runs over the Curragh and Derry Gnawling tests. Could anyone reel in leader Marty McCormick? Having cleaned everyone's clock by almost 30 seconds on stage 2, McCormick had a substantial cushion which allowed him to experiment with the settings on a Skoda Fabia R5. His lead was reduced to 18 seconds after stages 5 and 6. With one more run over the stages to come, he was in good stead going into the final loop.
40, flat 2 left, opens past the junction, 150, 4 right, repeat 4 right, don't cut, 4 right, don't cut here, 40, brake 4 left, and bus stop chicane right entry, bus stop chicane right entry.
Barry McKenna was quickest on the Curragh stage, taking 6 seconds out of rally leader McCormick. But he didn't enjoy stage 6 Derry Gnawling, citing the close overhanging trees as having an almost claustrophobic effect on him. But he was still second quickest through it.
6 right plus go 130, 6 right plus go 130. To 5 left plus don't cut care past the login 80. To a long 6 left 200 down through the lay-by. To 5 right half long stay neat don't cut 80 up the middle.
Having clawed his way back to 3rd overall from 34th place, Josh Moffat knew it would be a tall order to reel in the front 2, especially since they seemed to have responded well on the afternoon stages. Josh was now on a mission to get a finish under his belt after his non-finish in round 1. Stephen McCann took 5 seconds out of Ger Lucy in stage 5 to leave the margin between 5th and 6th at only 9 seconds. Lucy responded with the second fastest time overall in stage 6, just 0.2 of a second off rally leader McCormick. Lucy was now 5 seconds ahead of McCann going into the final loop.
Jerry, you're after taking a place back up there on Stephen McCann.
Yeah, we got a place up in him there now. We went good there in the last stage there. We had a good clean run through it.
And where do you think you made up the time?
We didn't slow down for much. Yeah.
Mickey, punctures have been the talk of the day, and you're another man to fall victim.
That's right, yeah. We sort of got a puncture in the middle of stage 5 and it's probably dropped about 15 seconds or so. Look, it's all to play for now. I think John Gordon now is ahead of us, so the big push on now for the last 2.
John, yet again in rallying, we see one man's misfortune is another man's gain. You're up on Mickey Conlon because of the puncture.
Yeah, I think he put her in the shock and then he got a puncture, and I think the pressure's getting to him. It must be early age, maybe, I think it is. But anyway, we're 16 off Shane. We're never going to get that on him, so we'd be happy to get a finish and get sacked. But Mickey will be coming charging.
Shane, you have a nice cushion heading into the final loop, but moment there on the last stage.
Yeah, with a fair big moment on the last stage. We bottomed out very heavy on a bump. We've done the back a bit of damage here, so we need to get
the back of the car or the back of you?
My back.
Okay, right.
So we'll give it a jagged DPT here and that might rectify it with a bit of luck.
Into the final loop now, and turning our attention to the class battles, where Aoife Gahan and Maria Duan brought their Chevrolet Spark to 3rd in the J1000 class. Rory Byrne and John Burke had led the class for 5 stages in their Peugeot 107, but they had to settle for runner-up spot when defending champions Jason and Matthew Murphy overtook them on stage 6 to score their 3rd win in a row.
Very happy with today. We made a big job of it in the morning. We had a lot of clutch problems, but luckily enough the lads at C-Sport solved it for us, and we had a good run after that.
In the junior class, William Creighton and Liam Regan overhauled John Sullivan and Padraig O'Donovan on the afternoon stages to take 3rd place on the junior podium. 7 seconds ahead and 2nd was a similar Peugeot 208 R2 of Marty Gallagher and Dean O'Sullivan. But taking the junior win after an inspired drive in the Vauxhall Nova were Derek Mackerel and Murren Hayes. The Monaghan Cork pairing were actually 4th quickest 2-wheel drive crew and finished 16th overall.
Jump 4 left kink and 80 down the middle and slow 5 right and 4 right into 4 left slippy. Derek 5 right over finish.
Derek, you were the man to catch all day long in the juniors.
Yeah, just all work for us, so I did all day. Mad pace, absolutely mad pace. Like, you know, you see the R2 cars there, like William Creighton, Marty Gallagher and all, they're all going to the British Championship now, and I got the jump on them, so I'm happy out.
To the main field classes now, and it was Barry Hennessy and Stephen Scallon who took Class 1 honours in their Honda Civic. 4th place was enough to keep Lee Bracken at the top of the Class 9 leaderboard, with Brian Hutton navigating this time in the Honda Civic. Winners of the class were Dean Humphrey and Nigel Brennan in the Vauxhall Corsa. Humphrey trails Bracken by 8 points after 3 rounds. Taking their 3rd Class 10 win in a row was Offaly Cork pairing Mike Garahy and Irla McCarthy in the Escort. Leading the Class 11F battle for 3 rounds is Kieran Lynch, who finished 3rd in class at the Moonraker with Owen McCarthy calling the notes. Stuart McLean took 2nd in class in his Vauxhall Nova and holds joint 3rd place on the points table. 2nd on the Class 11F leaderboard, but winners at the Moonraker were Rory Maguire and Grace O'Brien in the Vauxhall Corsa. James Dunphy and Shane Gaisley took their 3rd maximum score in the Class 11R division for rear-wheel drive 1600cc cars and already look a safe bet to take the title in their Toyota Corolla. Things were a lot closer in Class 12, where Rory McCaffrey and Lauren Kelly continued their duel with Emmett Cronin and Seamus McTighe. McCaffrey and Kelly had led the class until stage 4, but had to settle for the runner-up spot once again, 7.6 seconds off winners Cronin and McTighe, who took their 3rd win in a row.
Going press, into Creston, 5 left through the bales, 5 left down here now, through the bales, come back on this 5 left. And it opens to a 3 left, opens to a 3 left, keep the corner, and 2 right and into 3 left.
In the battle for the overall two-wheel drive honours, Mickey Conlon and Ciarán McPhillips tried their best to retake second place, but had to settle for third in the end, just 1.6 seconds off second place crew John Gordon and Thomas Wedlock, who finished 14th overall. But there was no catching two-wheel drive winners Shane McGurr and Eamon Hayes, who had 20 seconds to spare and finished 11th overall in the Toyota Starlet.
Pace this last season is really up in the two-wheel drive cars. Like when we started the start of the season, we come back at our normal happy-go-lucky pace, and it wasn't good enough. We just said, listen, we're going to have to dig deeper here and put more work into our notes and do everything. And listen, Eamon has stepped in. He's been in the team for 10 years. Fantastic job, and everything's working perfectly. And when the confidence is there, it helps everything.
To the four-wheel drive classes now, and taking third in Group N were Stephen Dixon and Tommy Hayes, who finished 17th overall in the Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 9. Second in class and 9th overall was an excellent result for David Guest on his debut drive on gravel, with Jonathan McGrath calling the pace notes in the Evo 9. But taking the Group N win and 6th overall were Owen Rogers and Paddy McCrudden in another Mitsubishi. Taking the Class 5 trophy were Stephen McCann and Kane Traynor, who finished 5th overall in their Fiesta S2000. Niall Turley and Andrew Wedlock took their second Class 15 win in a row in their Subaru Impreza. Martin Kearns and Gary McElhinney brought their Fiesta WRC to 5th in Class 20 and 13th overall. Just 1.2 seconds ahead and 12th overall was the Mitsubishi of Ashley Dixon and Graham Henderson, who took 4th in Class 20. Michael Carbon and Conor Mohan were 3rd in Class 20 and finished 8th overall in the Mitsubishi Evo 4. 11.7 seconds ahead and 7th were Donal Sweeney and Stephen O'Hanlon, who took the runner-up spot in Class 20. But taking the Class 20 win were Ger Lucy and JJ Craman, who finished 4th overall on their home rally. To the overall podium finishers now, and considering they were 34th after stage 2, third place was a fantastic result for Josh Moffat and Ger Conway in the Ford Fiesta R5. Taking the runner-up spot for the third event in a row, Barry McKenna and Leon Jordan are showing both pace and consistency in the Fiesta, and surely an outright win can't be far away. But after taking over the lead on stage 2, Marty McCormick and David Moynihan never let up and took a well-deserved victory in the Skoda Fabia R5, arriving back at the Abbey Hotel in Ballyvorney with over 25 seconds to spare on second place.
We had a great day, really enjoyed the rally. I think that's where it all started off on the right foot this morning. We came with no expectations, went to go and do our own thing, and the speed came, especially in the second stage there. We got a good jump on the guys, nice good clean event, and very happy.
And there's confirmation of the results of the Abbey Hotel Moonraker Forest Rally, which sees a big shake-up on the overall leaderboard, with Barry McKenna now leading from Stephen McCann up to 2nd, Ger Lucy now 3rd, Josh Moffat 4th, and former leader Andrew Purcell drops to 5th.
Marty McCormick takes the win here at the Moonraker Forest Rally, but it's Barry McKenna who takes the all-important championship leaderboard points, and he's found himself at the top of the championship leaderboard. Lots to celebrate. Join us next time when we head for round 4 of the Valvoline Motorsport Ireland National Rally Championship. We'll see you then.